I've got Bolas horns. Or moose antlers, depending how you look at it. Wait, let me see if I can get the shape of it. It's a little bit more Bolas this way. Anyway. Yeah, so for Magic this week, we're talking about Nico Bolas. And specifically, speculation on his Planeswalker card that we're going to see in Hours of Devastation. Now, we know almost 99% certain that he's getting a Planeswalker card. You're not going to introduce a plane that's ruled by him, that where he's looked at as a god. One of the biggest bads of Magic, who hasn't had a new card since Conflux, which I think was in 09. Oh, it was not 09, actually. Hold on. When the hell did Conflux happen? Point being, it was a long time ago. Yeah, you're not going to give him a card. The question is, though, what is this card going to look like? Mana cost, abilities, think along those lines. So that's what we're speculating today. I have no proof of any of this. I'm just going out by what I can tell. Now, first thing, we know for certain he's going to be tricolor. We know he's going to be Grixis blue, black, red, sorry. And we know he's going to cost a decent amount. I've seen people speculate about like 6 mana, make him 6 mana. It's like, no, because he's either going to be shitty. At 6 mana, you're going to make him shitty, or he's going to be too haxed at 6 mana. Plus, he's a dragon. He's a big guy. He has vast amounts of mana. He needs to be in the heavier range. But as opposed to the 8 mana, I think it's possible you could see him at 7. I say 7 because this is a Bolas who, while still being immensely powerful and probably one of the strongest beings in the multiverse still, is not as powerful as he used to be. It's theoretically possible his mana reserves may have decreased at some point. So, putting him at 7 mana could make sense. Also, Ugin, if you look at it, the Ugin card can't kill Bolas. If it comes out and Bolas is on the field, it can't kill Bolas. However, Bolas, when it comes out, can immediately kill Ugin, which it goes back to the lore where Bolas killed Ugin. But with Ugin revived and the timeline changed, it's possible that Ugin now could be capable of killing Bolas. Granted, he'd have to, if you look at the card of Ugin, he would have to basically, the minute he comes out on the field, kill himself to kill Bolas. But he could do it, which again will go into the lore that's saying that while Ugin is powerful enough to kill Bolas, it would take him sacrificing himself to pull off the feat. So I think it's possible in that regard. Now, one thing that's interesting is that Dark Intimations talks about, when you play this card, when you play a Nico Bolas Planeswalker, it comes out with an extra loyalty counter on him. So it begs the idea that I think it's possible one of his abilities is going to be extremely powerful, but not something you can use until the next turn, unless you're using cards in conjunction with this, which bump him out, comes out with an extra counter on him, and hey, now I can use this ability to wreck your entire shop here. Now, what kind of abilities would he have? That is a very difficult question to say, because the original Bolas had +3, destroy non-creature permanent, -2, gain control of target creature, or you could just -9 for his ultimate, deal 7 damage to target player discards 7 cards, and then sacrifices 7 permanents, which, by the way, is weird to look at on the card. Now I look at it because deals 7 damage, 7 is the actual number 7, whereas the other 2 are 7 as the words, but whatever. Typing. So if we're looking at that, he's going to have some at least synergy or similarity to the original Bolas. I guarantee his plus ability is probably going to be some sort of destruction ability similar to his original one. Now maybe it's no longer going to be destruction of non-creatures, so maybe he doesn't destroy lands anymore. Maybe he can destroy and wreck mines or something like that. Maybe it's destroy a creature, discard a card, scry, something along those lines. His minus ability, I think, is still going to deal with some sort of manipulation of creatures. Honestly, I think his ultimate is going to be the interesting one, because it's got to be something that works in conjunction with Dark Intimations, where it makes playing Dark Intimations extremely viable and useful. Because it's something that if you can't play it from the it's something that someone has to immediately address. Like if Bolas comes out in the field, you play at a plus ability, they immediately need to address Bolas. Usually that's the way it is with a Planeswalker. Some Planeswalkers are on the weaker side, so you don't have to immediately address them. But I feel like Bolas's ultimate is something that is going to need to be immediately addressed. Otherwise, if it gets off, it's going to be a game over kind of thing going on there. I think even his other abilities are going to be not game over, but immediate responsibilities. Like this card needs to leave the field or we're screwed kind of abilities going on. Now, in terms of where he's going to stand, because he has to be a Planeswalker when we compare him to like Liliana, Nissa, and Gideon, who can just take these guys out if he without so much as looking at them if he needed to. Because that's how Bolas kind of is that he's far beyond these guys' power level individually. And even as a whole, first off, I don't believe the Gatewatch should be able to defeat Bolas. I don't think they should defeat Bolas. I don't think that's the way that happens. I think they suffer their first big loss at the hands of Nico Bolas. I think that's what should happen. Now, in terms of his art, who knows? We got the one I used for the thumbnail, some art that popped up recently. Now, this is actual art too for Hours of Devastation. That's not Planeswalker art though. That's clearly not it. I think it's just some art for a card. It's great looking art though. But I imagine we're gonna get something. Maybe him sitting on a throne as the God Pharaoh or something like that. Whatever. The art always looks fantastic on these cards. I haven't seen any real bad Planeswalker art in recent times, so I don't think we have to worry about that. But overall, no, it's interesting to think about how Bolas is going to turn out. I look forward to seeing. I want a copy of Bolas. I already got 2 copies of the original Bolas, both chill out in the respected decks. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. You may have noticed there's no who would win this week. I was sick. I'm still getting a little over the cough, but I'm pretty much good now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compensate by just doing 3 who would wins next week, just to kind of bring us back up to speed. Yeah, if you have an idea for who wins Star Wars, Superhero Magic, Dragon Ball Z, GT Super video, any of the videos I do on the channel, put in the comments below, let me know. I'll get to it at some point. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back later tonight with Alien Covenant.